Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy, and today I thought we would talk about how the mother wound affects your relationship when you're a man. I have done a whole series on mommy issues, the mother wound, which a lot of you guys have liked, so I will link it right here for you to check out. And I talk more in depth about mommy issues and how it affects you on a regular basis, but today we're going to talk about in depth like how the mother wound will affect your intimate relationships. So to quickly gloss over, the mother wound affects you when it comes to your ability to regulate your emotions and your ability to self-soothe, because that's the mother's role, to provide comfort and to provide that emotional stability and to help you navigate your emotions and how to be nurtured. So when you don't have that, it will affect you and the way you interact with people in many different ways. Also, a mom teaches you how to treat other women. So how your mom treats you and how your mom shows you how she treats women, that's how you will treat other women. So if you're a man watching this video, you may be able to relate to some of these signs, not all of them, but some of them, depending on how your mom treated you and the severity of it. And if you're a woman watching this, maybe you have a man in mind, or you are dating somebody that you can relate to him having some of these issues. The first one is you put your mom over your partner. So this happens a lot, especially if you grew up with a single mother, where the mom will expect you to always put her first. And so that will carry on. Your mom will be very jealous, and when you try to date or you are married to someone else, she won't accept that, and she will expect to still be first and not consider your wife or your partner and how things affect them. And they will try to steamroll and put their input into everything and still tell you what to do. Your mom has made you feel like you can't be independent. So she may have parentified you and made you like her partner. And so because of that, she will act like as if you guys are one and you guys are a team against the world. And so you may still look to her for certain decisions to help you make decisions and not consider your partner's. You may not feel like you can be independent and do things on your own, and you constantly need your mom's approval before you do something. And this will make your partner feel sideswept and like they don't matter and like you guys are a team. Because what happens with your parents as you get older is that relationship changes. You don't necessarily need your parents' permission to do things, and you start to kind of cut the cord more and more, and you more so are supposed to lean on your partner more and become a team with your partner. But with someone who has a mother wound, you will stay stuck, attached to that cord, and still seeking your mom's approval and still seeking for her input. And not only that, but like you may have things going on where, let's say it's your mom's birthday and you and your partner have planned a vacation. Your mom will expect you to cancel that vacation and still be there for her birthday. Like, she expects to be the number one and not be understanding that you are moving on with your life and someone else is now your new number one. This especially is common if you have a narcissistic mother, someone who lacks empathy, someone who's very self-involved, and she will guilt you and make you feel bad for trying to cut the cord. So you get stuck in this guilt shame cycle when you do try to, change. Or you will be like, oh, that's my mom, I have to take care of her, I can't put someone else first. But an understanding mother knows that as time goes on and you have a partner, that's your new family. Like your partner, and like if you have kids, that's your new family, and your mom's supposed to take a back seat. But jealous, insecure moms that parentified their kids or expect them to still make them first, they're not understanding about that. The next one is you'll be incredibly insecure in your relationships. So you may have had a mom that constantly critiqued you, criticized you, ridiculed you, made you feel like nothing you did was ever good enough, never really validated you, dismissed you, belittled you, or never really gave you that space to let you be who you are or encourage you to be your own person. So this lack of validation, this lack of ever feeling good enough, it can make you become very insecure and a very jealous person. So you'll be very jealous in your relationships, and you will fear your partner going off and being with someone else. You will accuse them very easily that they're flirting with other people, even if it's just your partner's talking to the opposite sex or just talking to someone and being nice. You'll accuse them of cheating. You'll constantly worry about them cheating. You overall feel extremely insecure in yourself, and you lack the ability to validate yourself or feel good in yourself. And you don't really have a strong sense of self. You feel very unlovable, and you feel very lost in who you are. And so when you don't really know who you are, you can become your insecurities, and you can become your ego. Your ego can take over, and you just go based off of your fears rather than authenticity and who you actually are. So then you just become this insecure person. And then what happens in your relationships is, because you're this insecure person, you'll constantly seek for your partner to validate you and your partner to make you feel good. And it will be you overly taking from them, and it will become very energy draining. So it's so important for you, when you struggle with this mother wound and you had a mother that overly criticized you or dismissed you or belittled you or never made you feel validated, you have to learn how to self-soothe and learn how to parent yourself and how to build yourself up and discover who you are and really truly love yourself, to deal with all those insecurities and know your mom's voice is not your own voice, and that she said all these horrible things about you, but that doesn't make you who you are. You get to define who you are. The next one is, you treat your partner badly when they're emotional, when they're going through something emotional. So because you may have had a mom that neglected your emotional needs, they criticized you, they said be a man, they just treated you really badly when you were emotional, or they were very cold to you and punished you when you had any type of emotion that they didn't approve of, then when other people, and especially when you have those emotions, you can become really mean or cold. And you may notice you'll treat your partner the way that your mom treated you when you had those emotions. Because again, remember that your mom's role is to teach you how to have those emotions and how to cope through them. And so when you can't deal with those emotions on your own, when other people have those emotions, you'll avoid them, you will be mean to them. You want those emotions to go away because you were taught those emotions are shameful. So when your partner has a problem, you will react the same way your mom did to you, and you will just get irritated or really mean or aggressive. And it's because it hurts to see your partner going through something, or it's hard to see all those emotions. You just want the emotions to go away, so you're trying, the protective part of you is trying to get those emotions to go away and not deal with what your partner is going through. You will be detached when your partner is showing any type of emotion, or even when you show your own emotions. Because remember, your goal is to avoid it, and you just want it to go away. Same thing with like a little kid. You want to close your eyes and just pretend it's not there. Because it's hard. How do you deal with these emotions if you weren't taught? You don't know. What you were taught was to completely avoid and to shame the other person. So that's what you will do with your partner has emotions. And it's very normal for everyone to have emotions, so it's so important for you to learn how to deal with your emotions. You have emotions. Even as a man, you have emotions. You're human. So learn how to work through those emotions so you can be there for your partner. Because part of partnership is being there for one another and going through not only the good times, but going through the bad times. Well, it's not, you don't go through good times, but you have good times, but you also need to help them go through the bad times too. Not as a therapist, but someone where you're there as a shoulder to cry on, or someone that can support them. Otherwise, all your relationships will fall through if you don't deal with emotions. Emotions are here to tell us something, and you have to learn how to deal with these emotions, because they're not going anywhere. And I have a ton of videos on how to deal with emotions, which I will leave right here. The next one you may notice is you are overly clingy. And this happens because when you have either a cold mom, or a mom that's neglectful, or a mom that shamed you and didn't pay attention to you, or is just a mean mom, then when you're in the presence of a warm woman or a warm partner, and you see they can attend to your needs, you then want to cling on to them for dear life, because you weren't taught how to attend to your own needs, and you weren't given that in your childhood. When you're a child, you need to be validated and given everything, so that way you can learn on your own. And so when you don't have that, and you don't learn on your own, you now need to continue to take in adulthood and take from others. So this partner may make you feel really good, and makes you feel like they make you feel like your needs are fulfilled, and so you need them as much as food and water, or it feels like you need them as much as food and water. And so you will become very clingy, and you will be terrified of them abandoning you. That's what fear of abandonment is. It's feeling like you need this person to attend to you. So whenever they go out, you may want to go with them, or if they make plans and you can't go, you may start a fight with them or be really mean about it, or you may try to punish them over it. Or like you may text them constantly, say, where are you, what are you doing, just constantly on top of them and not giving them air to breathe, because you just need them and you need them to feel good. That's why it's important for you to learn to attend to your own needs. It's important to have individuality in your relationship. It's important for you to have your own hobbies, have your own friends, have your own things going on, and learn how to make yourself feel good, so you don't have this other person being able to control you like that, where you are devastated and miserable when they're not around. The next one is you can't regulate your emotions. And like I talked about, moms are supposed to help you to learn how to regulate your emotions. So in your relationships, when you can't regulate your emotions, you may have really bad anger, and you may be the type that throws things, or you may be the type that's quick to anger and yells or says really mean, hurtful things, and you get triggered very easily, and you never really learned how to deal with your triggers or learned how to think things through before responding to things. You're just always on edge. Or even maybe you get really sad and emotional very quickly and very easily, and you don't know how to cope through this sadness, so you become completely distraught and you stop functioning, or you get stuck at a standstill when something happens with your partner because of this sadness or because of this anger. There's these high emotions. Your partner has a lot of control over you because you are highly emotional and you react to things. So you may even as someone that's highly, or you can't regulate your emotions, not only will you get sad and angry, but you also may be afraid to rock the boat or do things because they have such control over you and your emotions, and you feel like you can't control your own emotions. So this one is so important. It's important before you have children. It's important before you go in relationships. So important to learn to regulate your emotions. I'd say that that's the number one thing. If anything, if you're ever overwhelmed with self-help and what to do, the first place I would tell you to start is learn how to regulate your emotions. Because when you can regulate your emotions, it's easy to talk to people. It's easy to determine what you want to do in your life. It's easier to have resolve conflict. It's easier to make better decisions for yourself because you're not, just going based off of your emotions. So learn how to regulate your emotions so they don't completely control you. The next way it affects you is you may be too demanding. So again, like we had talked about, if you had a mom that did not consistently meet your needs, even if she occasionally did it, it was just inconsistent no matter what. If it was not on a consistent basis and it wasn't up to your standards and what you needed, then you don't learn how to meet your own needs. Or on another spectrum, if you had a mom who beckoned to your every call, that also teach you that's how women are supposed to treat you. Because one thing is that you learn from your mom is you learn how to treat other women through your mom. And so you then will expect other women to do the exact same things your mom does. If she is an altruistic mom, if she is a codependent mom, if she does too much for you, you will expect other women to treat you that same way. So there's that. Or if you had a mom that did not attend to your needs, then like we had talked about, you will demand that your partner attends to those needs. And you will expect your partner to be this certain specific person that you have inside your head and to do those things. Otherwise you may fight with them or be very angry with them for not attending to those needs, when technically you should be attending to yourself and your partner is just the extra. The next thing is you may struggle with affection. So again, if you had a mom that was not very nurturing, not very didn't give you lots of hugs and kisses and didn't attend to you, then touching or hugs or intimacy, and intimacy isn't just sex, it's also, being able to love on someone, being able to show that love that's very intimate, that will make you very uncomfortable. So you may be very cold or appear very cold. So you could either do too little, or on the other spectrum, you could do too much. Maybe you had a mom that overly touched you, overly kissed you, didn't respect your boundaries, said, you're my kid, I can do what I want to you. didn't accept your no. So your boundaries were completely crossed and you were made to feel helpless, like you weren't your own person. So then you will do that to other people, and you may be overly touchy, overly huggy, just too much, and that will make your partner incredibly uncomfortable, and it will make them feel like they're being invaded, and you will think like, oh, you know, they're not being nice and they don't want you to love on them. But partners are allowed to have boundaries, and then you're not in charge of their body. Like, you don't have full control of their body, and you don't have full rights to their body. So they're allowed to say, I don't want this hug or this kiss. And if you're feeling a type of way about that, and not like if it's constantly, but if like they occasionally just don't want it and you get offended by that, then you gotta look at yourself and be like, okay, why am I getting so offended just because occasionally they don't want to be touched? Like I said, if it's a lot, then yes, 100%, there's a problem there. But people don't always want to be touched, and so if you're getting upset by a few number of the times they don't want it, you gotta ask yourself why. The next one is excessive caretaking. So you will be someone who overly takes care of others, and then again, this has to do with someone, especially if you were parentified, and especially to men that had single mothers. So you may have felt like you had to take on that role to take care of your mom, take care of your other siblings, or your mom had put that, you know, partner role on you. Or maybe you had a really authoritarian parent that made a lot of demands and was pretty much a bully on you. This will manifest into you potentially being an excessive caretaker. Maybe you had a mom that always played the victim or was always helpless. Then you will often see other women as that you need to take care of them, and they're helpless, and you will be attracted to those damsels in distress, and the ones that are always getting into trouble, or even those women that are bullies that are similar, like your mom, where they talk down on you and they're mean to you, and you feel like you have to take care of them, you feel like you have to fix them, they become your project, you feel like you owe them your protection, and you have to take care of them because this is your wound inside of you that you're trying to heal inside, where it's like, oh, you know, I want to, subconsciously you want to fix your mom through these other women. So it's so important for you to have boundaries. You know, your mom didn't let you have boundaries, you need to make sure that you have those boundaries, especially as an adult. Say no, don't be that doormat, and it's okay to say no. You don't have to be at someone else's beck and call like your mom had made you feel like you needed to be. It's important for you to say no. As a man, your job is to be the protector. If you're not able to say no, then you're not able to protect the people around you. And a partner doesn't feel safe with someone that can't say no. Because if you say yes, or you constantly are walked all over, then you're not a safe person to be around. And the last one is you lack trust. And this one's pretty obvious. If you didn't have a mom that you could trust, you're not going to trust yourself, and you're not going to trust your partner. If you can't trust yourself, then who can you trust? If you had a mom that instilled in you that you couldn't have faith in her, and you couldn't have faith in yourself, then the world will feel very dangerous, and you will lack the ability to trust the ones around you, and especially your partner. So you will constantly be on edge and second guess your partner, or you won't invest in them or be vulnerable with them because of that lack of trust, because you've been burned by your mom so much. So it's really important for you to learn how to trust yourself, because once you can trust yourself, you can decide, oh, I want to trust this person. Oh, this person is proving to me that I can trust them. And I will leave a video right here of learning how to trust yourself. So what do you guys think? Leave it all in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone that you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Oh shit, I woke the baby up. Sorry, baby. Alright, I'm coming. Mommy's coming. It's Saturday. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. Round 2. I'm gonna do my thumbnail while I have a baby on my lap. I love you. You're so cute. You did it.